Right now, you're probably warm. Maybe you're sitting under a blanket. Maybe there's a heater humming somewhere in the room. Outside, it might even be snowing, but you don't really care because you're safe. Now imagine all of that disappears. No heater, no walls, no electricity, no phone, no grocery store. No one is coming to help. Just freezing wind and endless snow. You wake up 20,000 years ago. The air hurts to breathe. Your fingers are already starting to go numb. Tonight isn't about getting comfortable. It's about staying alive. If the fire dies, you die, not tomorrow, tonight. One of the most dangerous parts of freezing to death is that it doesn't always feel the way you'd expect. At first, the cold hurts. Then your body starts to slow down. Your thoughts become foggy. You feel exhausted. And eventually, your own brain may convince you that it's time to rest, to stop moving, to close your eyes. For many people suffering from severe hypothermia, that's the last decision they ever make. And somehow, people lived like this. Not for one terrible winter, not for one generation, for tens of thousands of years, across what is now Ukraine, Siberia, and the frozen plains of Europe. Humans survived winters colder than almost anywhere people live today. No central heating, no insulated jackets, no supermarkets, no emergency shelters, just families facing the cold, year after year. So here's the question: how did ancient humans survive winters that should have killed them? Were ancient humans simply tougher? Did they have thicker skin? Some kind of natural resistance modern humans lost. The real answer is more complicated. It wasn't one incredible adaptation. It was many different strategies working together. Let's start with the most obvious one: fire. Fire sounds simple, but lighting a fire wasn't the hard part. Keeping it alive was. For days, through freezing storms, inside caves with no chimney, using fuel gathered before the storm even arrived. Archaeologists have found ancient hearths across Europe with layer upon layer of ash, not from one campfire, but from years of careful maintenance. That's not luck. That's infrastructure. Fire wasn't just heat. It cooked food, it kept predators away, and it gave people a reason to stay in one place instead of wandering into a blizzard. But warmth only helps if you can carry it with you. That's where clothing changed everything. Neanderthals mostly wrapped themselves in loose animal hides. It worked, up to a point. Modern humans took the next step. Bone needles found across Ice Age Europe show they were sewing fitted clothing, layer by layer, close to the skin, leaving almost no gaps for icy wind to reach the body. Some researchers believe that one small improvement, tailored clothing instead of loose hides, may have saved countless lives over thousands of winters. Then there was shelter. Not caves this time, something much stranger. At Mezherich, in modern-day Ukraine, archaeologists uncovered houses built almost entirely from mammoth bones. Huge skulls formed the foundation. Massive leg bones became support beams. The structure was likely covered with animal hides and packed with earth for insulation. Why build with mammoth bones? Because wood was scarce. Mammoth bones weren't. It wasn't beautiful engineering. It was survival. Food mattered just as much as shelter. Surviving extreme cold takes an enormous amount of energy, and lean meat alone isn't enough. Too much protein without enough fat can actually become dangerous. Arctic explorers would later learn that lesson the hard way. Ice Age hunters seemed to understand it already. They prized bone marrow, organ fat, and the fattiest cuts of meat. Because fat wasn't just food, it was fuel. Biology helped too, but probably less than most people imagine. Neanderthals had shorter limbs and stockier bodies than many modern humans. That body shape naturally loses less heat. It's simple physics. Less surface area means less heat escaping into the air. It wasn't a superpower. It was an adaptation built over hundreds of thousands of years. And then there was teamwork, possibly the most important survival strategy of all. Some gathered firewood, others maintained the fire, others repaired clothing. Nobody had to survive winter alone. Archaeological sites reveal shared living spaces, evidence of communities, not isolated individuals. By now, it might sound like ancient humans had winter completely figured out. They didn't. Winter still killed people, often. Skeletons from Ice Age Europe show signs of severe nutritional stress during the coldest seasons. The youngest members of a group paid the highest price. Winter wasn't something humans defeated. It was something they survived, sometimes. So why do we imagine ancient humans as unstoppable survivors? Because we only see the winners. We find the camps that lasted, the fires that kept burning, the shelters that stayed standing, the families who survived long enough to leave evidence behind. We rarely see the groups who disappeared after one brutal winter. No descendants, no settlements, no story. That's survivorship bias. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe for more.